Alright, what's up everyone, to another video of Full Speed and Pause, and we're back with Klx140, doing a couple other things we got to fix up on this thing. Broke our clutch lever on this thing, actually where the cable goes in. It's actually where it broke, kind of an odd spot, but either way, you're replacing a clutch lever or the cable. This video is for you, because we're going to be doing both in this one, so let's just get at it. Should be simple. Alright, just taking a quick look at this thing before we start taking it apart. So this is where it actually broke in here. This was actually a mishap on our trailer with a strap, and it actually broke this. So we're gonna have two bolts here. Those are 8mm. We're gonna pull that off. Looks like we have a little sense in there. I'll have to see if the other levers got that or how that works. I never messed with the sensor, but we'll see what that does. That's gonna come through here. It's a number plate. Comes down through here into the tucked into your frame right here. It's got two spots, one right here, and then there's like a little clamp right here. And then you're gonna have two bolts here, 8mm again, and then this will just pivot right out once you get this all loosened up. Try to keep, you might still have to adjust it a little bit, but try to keep where your marks are as far as your nuts on here, so that way you have a little bit easier time dialing in that clutch lever when we're done. But we're gonna get at it. I think what's gonna happen, I don't know what we're gonna be able to slide through or not. We're gonna take it apart first, then we're gonna see which way we can slide this cable, because this clamp here is a solid clamp, so it looks big enough. We could probably slide. It's probably gonna go from the bottom to the top, because these nuts here are probably gonna be too wide to fit through there. But when we get that apart, that'll probably come through. So let's get at it. All right, so we're gonna eliminate a safety feature, because that's all this is right here. So this is we kind of destroyed it a little bit trying to pull it out. There were tabs, and it was still kind of stuck in there, and we finally able to pull it out. Doesn't matter though, because our clutch lever that we got here from Tusk, I believe, no, sorry, TB Parts, does not have that feature on here. So we're gonna have to eliminate that anyways. So you can see right here, we got the bike on. Oh, they're still touching. The wires are all right. What the heck? Oh, sorry. So, okay, so how this works here. Right now the bike's in neutral, so you would never have to pull the clutch in. But once you're in gear, all right, so once we're in gear now, you would not be able to start the bike, right? Which would be a pain in the butt, because you have to put it in neutral or pull the clutch in. But with these together, because you're grounding it out now, it's gonna allow you to start it while in gear. Now, the benefits of that, debatable, but either way, not a big deal. So what we'll do is actually end up probably splicing this up a little bit, or we're gonna solder this maybe together and then just seal it up, and it's gonna be good to go. We're probably gonna not mess with our wires too much. We'll probably leave it up here to an extent. But you could, if you wanted to take this a little further. Now the wire goes all the way down in here. So maybe we'll snip it down here, so then we can kind of tuck it behind the number plate, and that's one less wire coming up your handlebar. We'll probably do that. Okay, but all right, so get to the cable here. What you're gonna do is you're gonna loosen this all up, and then you got your little nub there. You're gonna slide that nub out, and then it's all actually gonna come out through here, and then it's just gonna be this guy, and then we'll be able to slide it down. Okay, so as you can see, we took our two bolts out. Now this is super loose, and all you're gonna do, I don't know, with one hand here, let's see what we got. Boop, she's out. And this bracket here, as you're gonna loosen your nuts, kind of keep an eye. You can count threads if you want. We're gonna have to take this nut all the way off, and then this piece will slide off, and then we should be good to go. And you only slide it off to where you get to the cable, and you'll loop it off, so you don't have to worry about ruining your boot here. So we'll get that off. That might be a 12 or a 10. All right, pretty simple. Once we got that nut off, guys, and that bracket, we literally just pulled it right down and out. So super easy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna route our new one back up through there, and then we'll get this all adjusted up. Our cable down, like I said, just gonna take this nut off, just like that. And you're going to grab your bracket, make sure you have it the same way, just like that. That goes on. And we're going to adjust this out a little bit because our clutch lever was actually maxed out on adjustment. So we're going to go about medium there. Slide that back in. And we're going to actually attach this on here. The cable is, there we go. This cable is actually a little bit longer, so we might actually have to reroute, but they're claiming it's good for anybody with aftermarket bars or even just stock setup, which I was kind of surprised about. And if you're wondering how I got that nut off in the first place, you're going to need two 12 mil wrenches if you don't break it free when it's mounted, because it'll be hard to get kind of like leverage on it. So when you're taking it off, go ahead and break this free if you only have one 12 mil wrench. But if you do have two, it's not a big deal when this is off. You just put one on here and it'll be just fine. All right, it's on there. Make sure our boot's on there, halfway decent. All right, that looks good. Here's our cable. It's got a lot of slack still in it, so normally we came through here, but I'm pretty sure I rerouted this when I had bars to kind of cheat it. I think normally you'll come through here and then come over. So I think we're gonna do that because we need to suck up some slack here. All right, guys, just to show you what we're doing here. So the further it goes up here, the tighter it's actually gonna be. So we're gonna slip this on now, pull that back, get that in there, and then that's tight. So we kind of already have our adjustment where we want our bar, so we can kind of see how it's starting to pull on that. That's tight. So we're gonna leave our nut about right there, I think. Okay, that's tight. These things stink, okay? But make sure you put this on before you actually put your cable in here. And they're gonna be tough. I put a little lubricant in there, it helped a little bit. The biggest thing too is make sure that you put it on the right way and not the wrong way, so that it slides up on here and does what it's supposed to. But how we did it is we took some needle nose. We actually ruined this, but that's because we were trying to stretch it out at first. We were trying to figure out the best way. So your needle nose will go in there and it won't split. And you're gonna open them up just wide enough to where you can grip your cable. You're gonna squeeze on it, and then you're just gonna pull it through and you'll be good to go. Get your cable routed back in here. You want, what they say is always you want about a quarter play. So you see how that opens up right there? It's a little bit over a quarter. What we did, because these are kind of cheap levers, is that we put a little bit of pre-assembly lubricant in here, which we use our ARP for a lot of stuff that we do. It makes it really good for getting the proper torque specs and everything, or if you got some threads that are just a little bit, you know, not clean or great, it makes your job way easier. So we put some of that in there, so this adjusts way easier because it was a little finicky. So we'll open this up. The further you go out, the tighter it gets. You see it sucking in right there. That's money. Tighten that down. And then this goes over just like that. And you're good to go. And the last thing we got to tackle is this guy right here, which we're going to pull that through. Ooh, wasn't even the... Oh, cool. It actually... Oh, it goes all the way down into the sensor right here. Alright, so what we're going to do is, yeah, like I said, I'm going to splice these wires and tie them together, and then I'm just going to crimp something on there and then seal it up, and I'm going to call that good. Alright, we spliced our wires here. We got a crimp, and I'm actually going to go through both sides instead of doing this, and then it really wouldn't be sealed up and a lot of water in here, I'm going to do each side. So we're going to put that in there like that. Got our good crimps. Make sure we do a good job. Let's get it in there. Nice firm crimp. Seal that sucker up. And then all we're going to do is stuff that in there just like that, and they ain't going anywhere. And if it does, we could probably reach in there and put a little zip tie. We're gonna put a little zip tie. All right, quick test. She's in gear. Oop. Got 100 safety switches on this thing. Easy peasy. And if you didn't see, we did a video on that BBR shifter. It eliminates all your linkages, so you have a direct shift right on the shaft, which is going to give you a lot cleaner response and all that when you're shifting. And I mean, all your bikes run off the shaft anyways. I think it was just like a little safety precaution that Cowie did, but you know, most of your bikes don't have that. So I'm not going to say it was a Cowie thing because I don't know if the other brands do it, but I don't see it on a lot of the bikes that I've owned at least. All right, guys, but that's how you install a TB parts cable and lever on your Klx140. And a little bit more in depth than we thought. Didn't realize about the whole sensor thing on the clutch. No biggie. We bypassed it, and everything else clicked along real nicely. And she's going to be ready to rip. So I appreciate you guys watching, and you know the deal. Until next time, we'll see you later.